Hey guys, this is Eric on the road. Well, thanks for joining me in the card closet here. On the road, heading up to Minneapolis, St. Paul for the Minnesota Card Show. Looking forward to it a lot. Heading through a town here called St. Peter. And then we'll get out onto the open highway again and go a little faster. But just wanted to talk about a few things while I'm on the road here. Just kind of a hobby talk. Talk about the National a little bit and how it's connected to this Minnesota show that I'm going to. And then also talk about contentment a little bit. I've heard Mr. Fisherbike, Lou Rock TV, talking a little bit about contentment with your collection. So I want to talk about that a little bit too. But let's start off with this show. So it's going on today, and I won't be going tonight, but I'm gonna go all day tomorrow, hopefully. Let these people go here. And I'm looking forward to it. I've got a budget, a card show budget for this spring and summer. And so depending on how much I spend at this St. Paul show, how much I spend there will determine how much I would still have available to go spend at the National. And so part of me, of course, when you go to a show, you want to have good luck, right? You want to find the best cards you can for your collection, cards you've been needing for a long time. And this is a 450 table show, so I think there's a great possibility of that. But if I use up too much of my budget, I won't have enough left to go to the National. And I'm kind of looking forward to going to the National too. So what do? Do you hope for good luck at the show this weekend, or do you hope you bomb so that you have your full budget available to go to the National in Chicago? So that's where I'm at. I think by the end of tomorrow, since I'm only going the one day, I'll know where I'm at with Chicago. I've been looking at the hotels around there, and I'll be honest with you, all the hotels across the street from the Stevens Center in Chicago are booked. I checked for next year. They're all booked for next year too. So people are really scheduling well in advance on these. But I did find a hotel a couple miles away that still got availability. So again, by tomorrow night I'll know if I'm going or not, and if I am going to go, I will reserve a room quick and at least be in the area of the Stevens Center, if not across the street. But I do plan to drive it with in the car here, so I'm not really too concerned about having to drive each morning to the event. I guess I'll have to find parking. I can't just walk across the street, but it is what it is, and that'll be fine. So anyway, that's kind of how the National plays into this. And another reason I kind of hope I bomb this weekend is that I've never been to the National, and I would love to go. And this is a year now where I have some budget where I could go, but then this Minnesota show came up, and I'm going to be meeting up with some friends there. Commenting Collector will be there tomorrow. I'm just going to miss out on Stuke. He's going today, and I won't get there early enough for there to be much time left for me to go today, and he's leaving town tomorrow, so I'm just going to miss Stuke. But Video Guy 316 from down in Iowa is coming up, and he is actually staying in the same hotel as I am tonight, so we are going to walk the show together tomorrow. So that's why it's fun to go and meet up with people that you don't normally get to see. I've not met I've not met Rob, Commenting Collector, before, but I have met Doug at the Council Bluffs show last year. So here we go. I just realized that a couple years ago I made an on-the-road video on this same stretch. So I'll try not to tell the same old stories as I pass landmarks that remind me of things. But anyway, let's talk about contentment a little bit. So, are you content with your PC is the question Lou Rock raised. And I guess I don't know if he was piggybacking on somebody else's video when he brought that up, or if he was the original guy on that. But I kind of look at contentment in a couple different ways. There's the way we all look at it, most of us look at it. You know, are we content with what we have? Are we content with our collection the way it is now? And everybody's saying yes, they are. And I want to say yes, I am too. But honestly, can I say I'm content with my collection if I'm driving 3.5 hours to a card show right now? I don't think I can. I think that's an indication I'm not content with my collection right now. But if you look at it from the side of, you know, if I had to stop for some reason, would I be content with what I have? Absolutely. I've got enough in my collection where I could enjoy it and look through it for a long, long time and be totally content just enjoying what I already have. But since I don't need to do that, I'm not in that situation right now, why not continue in the hobby? I've got want lists. Why not keep looking? You know, I'm content with what I have, but why not keep looking? I mean, it's my hobby. I don't do a lot of the other things that other people spend their money on. And this can be a cheap hobby when you need it to be. It can be an expensive hobby when you're able for it to be. So I would say I overall am content. But then there's the other side that I try to look at things through this lens more often, the eternal lens. So as a Christian, what's the hobby really? Nothing. It means nothing in light of eternity. If I can't take it with me, and I know I can't, I am completely happy with that. I'm content with that. I can't take my hobby with me. When I die, those cards are going to go to my spouse and kids. And nothing I can do about that. And I'm content with that. It's just an earthly, here and now hobby for me. And I have to try to keep it in that perspective as well. So there you go. There's my little talk about contentment and my PC. Would love to see more of you make a video on that comment or on that topic. It can be pretty deep if you want it to be. It can be quick and easy if you want it to be. But it's an interesting topic, and appreciate Lou Rock and Mr. Fisherbite for talking about this in recent videos. So, all right, I'm going to check out for now. Probably join in with y'all again a little bit further on in the trip. I've got about an hour to go to Minneapolis, and I'm going to try to, hopefully, if I can get there before they close, go to at least one of my favorite card shops up there, and maybe two. We'll have to see. You know, rush hour is going to start in a couple hours, and then it's pretty much gridlock getting around up there for a while. So, but thankfully I have nothing to do tonight. So all right, guys, I'll check in with you a little later. Just entering the outer suburb of Shakopee, Minnesota, and thought of a couple more things I wanted to say. First of all, I want to thank everybody that has been sending me well wishes for my mother-in-law's situation, either in the comments or texting me or emailing me. I really do appreciate it. This was supposed to be a family trip for us. this trip to the cities. My wife's got aunts and uncles and cousins that live up here, and they were going to do some visiting while I was at the card show, and they were going to do some shopping. There's some good outlet malls in the Minneapolis area, but 2 days ago we had to call it off. My mother-in-law's situation she didn't have to go to the hospital this time, but she's just needing a lot of help. So we are in the process of looking for a long-term care solution for her at this time, since she pretty much needs round-the-clock companionship. So thank you all for thinking of me in that situation. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about was my giant giveaway. Really having a lot of success with that. I have broken the 39,000 card barrier and now the 38,000 card barrier. So I'm down to 37,000 doubles and change, down from 40,000 and change. And so I want to thank you all for helping me with that. The last few days this week I've not gotten much done with that because of multiple trips to my mother-in-law's house. I'm still working on Frank's Cards and Collectibles. He's helping me out a lot with this. So when I pick up again, I will continue on Frank's. I did get a want list from Commenting Collector the other day, and so I have about 500 cards or so in a little box here for him. Cards he needs to finish some sets. So far so good. I am just getting into the edge of the Minneapolis area here. Looks like rush hour is starting already, coming out of the cities on the left. It's going to get a lot worse. Luckily I'm going in, so I don't have to deal with that. I'm so close to the first card shop I want to go to, but hit the rush hour gridlock here. Speed limit is 60 and I'm going 0. Minneapolis. Gotta love it. And I'm moving again. There was a truck sitting just off the edge of the road back there, and just close enough where you could brush him if you weren't careful, so that's why all the traffic was slowing down. But see that white water tower on the horizon? That's my exit. That will be St. Louis Park, a western suburb of Minneapolis. That's where my favorite card shop is. It's called Twin City Sports Cards. I have not been there probably in 4 years. I just don't get up here as often as I used to now that my child doesn't go to college up here. So anyway, we're getting close. There it is. And looking forward to it. The card owner's, the shop owner's name is Rob. I know that when I come in, he knows me as the South Dakota guy. I don't know if he'll remember me after a couple of years here, but I don't even know if he'll be there if he's set up at the excuse me, Minnesota Card Show today or what. That could be a problem I run into at any card shop I try to get to today. They may have all their good stuff over at the Minnesota Card Show on the other side of the river in St. Paul. Minneapolis, St. Paul is really just one city, but the Mississippi River runs between them, and so they call it the Twin Cities, and because they're roughly the same size. Minneapolis is a little bigger, but the old Twins logo shows two baseball players, one standing on each side of the river shaking hands. If you're old enough to remember that old Twins logo, that's why they're called the Twins, the Twin Cities. So if you're ever in this area and you want to go to a nice little friendly, good atmosphere card shop, I am on Highway 169, and the exit is called Medicine Lake Boulevard. It's right by this water tower here. I might as well just record all the way to the shop. It's just right off the exit here. Early rush hour today, I'm guessing, because it's a Friday. It's only a little after 3 o'clock, but got pretty tough back there. So there is a gas station on the right, and then a McDonald's, and then a little building with a bunch of little businesses in it. I've probably showed this place years ago when I've been up here. Hopefully it's still there. I have found that with baseball card shops, sometimes you go to one you used to go 2 years ago, and then you realize or come to find out they're closed. But the hobby is booming right now, so I'm guessing that's not going to be the case. There it is. Looks like I'm going to get a spot right up front. Try to get his signage on video here. I don't ever video inside here. There he is, Twin Cities Sports Cards. So I'm going to go inside, see if I have any luck, and definitely don't want to blow my budget here. All right, had fantastic luck at Twin City Sports Cards. Like usual, Rob was great, gave me a great discount. Went through his 1957s and 1961s and ended up buying about 150 towards my set builds for those years at about $1 a card, so he's always a great deal. So now I've driven down to, I think I'm in Savage, Minnesota, southern suburb, and I'm going to go to Absolute Sports Cards right here. All right, no luck at that card shop. They had a lot of modern, pretty much their entire inventory is sorted by player. In 600 feet, use the right lane to stay on I-35W north. So you'd have to find your player and then go through the stack for that player, and it's a little cumbersome going player by player when you're looking for sets and stuff like that. But anyway, I've got beautiful downtown Minneapolis right in front of me. I am heading to the hotel to check in. I will touch base with y'all later.
Continue for 3/4 of a mile.